To give you a little more insight about me, this story happened when I was 14 years old. I was at my friend Emily's house. Since back then, I lived there for personal reasons. Anyways, it was about 1 a.m. and her parents were gone for the night at her grandmother's house. We were watching horror movies and vegging out on snacks like we usually would every weekend night. After our movie, I got up to pee and let her know I'd be back. She nodded before opening up her laptop to message her boyfriend at the time. As I walked down her barely lit hallway, I came across the bathroom. I heard Emily's voice call out to me, to the back porch that was on the right side of the hallway, which immediately struck me as odd because I never seen her leave the room or even walk past me. And why would she be outside anyways? Her voice called out to me again, so I couldn't help but walk out to the back porch. It took a lot to scare me, so I wasn't bothered by this. It turned out to be the biggest mistake ever. A red flag should have went off right then and there. When her voice became silent as I stepped onto the porch, I called her name softly, but she didn't reply. I called her name once more, but this time even louder, and again, silence. She didn't reply. I stepped off the porch onto the grass looking into her wooden backyard, a little pissed now because at the time I figured she was trying to prank me, like she usually did. It was normal for her. When I yelled her name again, a voice spoke out. It wasn't hers. It was another woman's voice. I heard a woman scream. Okay, now I was officially freaked out because there was no way around for miles beside one other neighbor that lived a little ways into the woods. I found myself not being able to move. Curious, maybe, but the bushes started rustling and what looked like a dog stepped out. My first thought was, it was her neighbor's dog. That must have gotten out again because it happened before. But then this thing stood on its hind legs. It was about 7 feet tall. That's when I really froze up. What the hell was that thing? I asked myself. I never met any human that tall in my entire life. When it started to stalk towards me, I eyed it carefully. It was walking kind of like a human, but wobbling like a baby, trying to take its first steps. I found myself not being able to bolt out of there like I should have. I couldn't move. That's until I heard the sliding door open and the real Emily's voice spoke. Lana, what the hell are you doing? I looked around my whole house for you. As soon as she finished her sentence, I bolted as fast as I could and pulled my friend before shutting the door and locking it while closing the blinds. I did this for every room, even the basement, locking windows included. All the while Emily yelling at me, asking me what the heck is going on. I took her arm and raced her into her room before slamming her door behind us. When she finally realized how terrified I was and how badly I was shooken, only then did she ask me, Jesus, Lana, what's the matter? You look like you just seen a ghost. What the hell happened? She asked. I finally calmed down enough to begin to tell her what I encountered. Before I got the chance to fully explain what happened, I heard extreme banging on my friend's window, which stunned us both, and we both shot up at least 10 feet in the air. I whispered, fuck, when I realized I forgot to shut her blinds. I didn't have the heart to turn around. But when Lana's face went pale, I didn't have a choice but to look behind me. I really wish I hadn't. There was this thing looking out a bedroom window. I couldn't even begin to explain what this thing looked like. All I could come up with is that his body looked like it was twisted, like someone that just had been in a freakish car accident. And it had fur, lots of it, and its eyes glowed much like a cat. A high-pitched noise escaped that thing's throat, making us not only cover our ears, but both screamed as hard as our lungs would let us. I threw my friend on the floor, zooming into her parents' room to get her dad's .42 rifle. But then I came back to the noise stopped, and that creature was gone. Emily was rocking back and forth, holding her knees close to her and shaking, crying hysterically. She seen its face as clear as I did, and the antlers it happened to have. To say we were absolutely terrified would be an understatement. The rest of the night, we had the lights on in all the house, and we stayed huddled together in the living room with the rifle right under my legs. Finally, after what seemed to be like decades, the sun rose and her parents walked through the door. Almost instantly, her dad noticed our fear-stricken expressions and his gun under my legs. They sat down softly and asked us what happened. Then I explained it. They shared a word glance before announcing that we were moving. We never asked why. We were just happy to get the hell out of there. We moved that exact day to my family's vacation home in a very populated city with little to no trees. My parents told me I could never go outside after dark alone and to stay away from the wooden areas. Of course, I never questioned it. To this day, I don't know if it was a skinwalker that some people believe in or if it was an imposter. What I do know is that it's not human.